This is Peter from Shell Guitars, and I just wanted to show you guys this repair that I'm getting ready to do on this Taylor. This is a real common problem with any acoustic electric guitar that has this style jack with the strap button attached to it. What can happen is it can be nice and tight and the nut doesn't want to go any tighter at all, but the jack is still loose, it still spins, it still moves. This is a really common problem because the way these things are designed, let me see if I can get this in focus. And the way these things are designed, the nut on the outside, this is a much smaller diameter shaft on the outside than what's on the inside, and there isn't a whole lot of space to tighten this thing down. So if it gets tightened down all the way up against the larger portion of the jack, and then you go ahead and put the strap button on, you can see there's only a teeny tiny bit of thread sticking out of the strap button. So what that means is, in order to get this thing adjusted right, the strap button has to be at least flush with the jack, if not down a little bit tighter, in order for you to get the plug all the way into the jack and not have connection problems. So what that means is I have about a 32nd of an inch or so of usable thread length on the outside nut of this jack. If it's a little too tight, it's going to bottom out up against the larger portion of the barrel, and it will be tight up against the jack itself, but this inside nut will not actually be holding any tension on the tail block of the guitar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and loosen this up. We're going to go ahead and adjust it, and I'm going to show you the easy way without having to buy a bunch of special tools. I know there's a bunch of stuff out there for fixing end pin jacks. But the easy way, with just anything that you got at home, you go ahead and take this strap button nut off, and then we're going to take just a plain old little screwdriver, or you can use an Allen wrench or something and put it in this little hole to hold the jack to keep it from spinning. And then you can loosen up the outside nut. And once we've got some of the tension off, here's the trick. You take a 1/4 inch dowel, any old 1/4 inch dowel, because it's the same size as the 1/4 inch plug, and you can stick it inside the jack and loosen up the nut on the outside. Now this allows me to go ahead and push the jack into the guitar so that I can reach the thread on the inside nut, tighten it up a little bit, and pull it right back through with very little effort. Now when you do this, you may have to do it a couple of times, but the key is that when I get this back tight, you go ahead and tighten it with my pliers or wrench or whatever it is that you're using. I should be able to tighten this up to where the whole jack does not spin once it gets tight. If I tighten this up and the jack doesn't want to tighten anymore but it spins freely, I need to go ahead and take it back out and readjust the nut on the inside. So now it's tight and the jack doesn't want to move, so that's good. So now we want to make sure that we haven't gone too far, so we want to go ahead and put this strap button nut back on and make sure that you can feel just a teeny tiny bit of the jack itself sticking out beyond that strap button.